Three, two, one.
International superstar, Miss Pandora.
You are now tuned in to Butter Bee Rocker on Transparency Talks Podcast.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Transparency Talks Podcast. I am your girl, Butterby Rocker. Listen, we have an amazing show for you today, but before I bring on my special guest, I just want to say thank you to all of my listeners out there. Okay, so what started as a hobby in 2020 with the podcast and needing something to do because, as everyone knows, the world got shut down, and it really was hard for entertainers who travel. I am an international recording artist, so it was really tough for me. So one of the things that I did as a hobby and just something to do at that moment was start my podcast. Well, my podcast, I began interviewing international recording artists, as well as national recording artists, as well as indie artists. And that has grown to me now being on 7 international stations syndicated. I'm in London, Italy, Japan, South Africa, Nigeria, Canada. I'm in Atlanta on Blaze One Radio. Shout out to Blaze One Radio. I'm on iHeart Radio. And of course, all the other digital platforms from Spotify, Pandora, all the different type of things. But what started as a little hobby and something to do has now rendered not only me being on 6 international stations, but I also have 1.2 million listeners. I'm just like, where did all these people come from? But I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for tuning in to my podcast. Also, if you are a business, I have had over in the 2 years now, over 630 businesses, small businesses that have advertised on my show. If you are a small business that has a business, a product or a service and would like to advertise, you can contact me at info@orobinsonprmediagroup.com. Again, info@orobinsonprmediagroup.com, and call in all of my indie artists. I always promote and support indie artists. So if you got that heat and would like to be added onto my show, get in contact with me. We can talk about rates and all the different type of things, but I show mad love to indie artists. So again, before we bring on our new guest, I do want to let you guys know what we have upcoming. We have Linda Moten will be here next week. I air every Thursday, either at 1 o'clock or 7 o'clock. It depends on what time zone, my guest is in, because some people are overseas, some people are in LA, some people are in Atlanta, et cetera, et cetera. So up next week, we have Glenda Moten. We'll be talking about the pen of a writer. I'm booked literally to the end of the year, completely booked up, which is great. But we have some highlights on what's coming up. We have Candace Oken. We'll be talking financial literacy, Glory Award, revenue strategist. Arshia Connor, she's an actress from Hulu's Dope Sick and Swagger. We got Kaylee Lynn from season 17, The Voice. We have Christine Horn, an actress and entrepreneur from Snowfall, from NCIS Los Angeles and The Fallout. We got Owen Valentine, the vocal scientist. He's a violinist and a vocal coach for Mary J. Blige, Little Kim, Jill Scott, Nakia Dillard. He's an actor from Black Lightning and BMF. Listen, we got people. So if you are in the entertainment world, if you are in the film world, I tie everything to entertainment. So we showcase PR. Like today, we have a publicist on. We showcase PR, we showcase marketing, we showcase financial literacy, And of course, we showcase the artists and the actors and different things like this because these are areas that I'm in, and this is who my audience is. So make sure you guys tune in. But without further ado, I would like to introduce to everyone Miss Irma Kacharava. And if I said it wrong, she will correct me. I hope I didn't. She is an international public relations specialist and digital media market specialist and communication specialist. So we got a lot of specialists in the house. How you doing, Miss Irma?
Hello, hello. Good morning, America, and good night, Georgia. I'm too far from your side.
So yeah, you are in Georgia.
Now you will have from Georgia also listeners to your million listeners. Yes.
Yep. You are the first from Georgia that I've had on my
Really?
show. Yes.
I will get fish. Yes.
Okay, so can you tell everybody? I like to dive right on in. Can you tell everybody a little bit of background about yourself?
For sure. First of all, I would like to thank you for the invitation. It's a great honor to be your guest, to have possibility to share my experience, and I hope we can help our listeners to develop their personal or company brand. To say true, I don't like self-awareness. I never giving an interview on TV, radio, or any kind of talk shows. I prefer to work behind the scenes and just to be oriented to the result. But in this case, I was great to be your guest. Shortly to explain about me and my background, I'm from Georgia. It's not USA, Georgia. It's a country located in the Caucasus, and it's bounded by the Black Sea to the west. So that's why when it's morning in your side, in my side, it's dark. So yes, we are too far from USA, but I think no matter how far we are, with a good strategy and strong management, even from the mile, we can get the result. Now, shortly about my background, I am international PR and communication specialist, over 15 years of experience in PR, branding, social media, project or event management, and who will help companies or individuals. I'm helping them to build and develop their brands and to take them to the high international level. Studied PR and communication as well business administration in Germany, and so after several years, I finally moved to my home country and working remotely nowadays from for USA, Canada, Israel, as well as in Germany.
Wow. Okay. So how did you get started in PR? Is this something that you went to school for?
So, PR career, good question. I didn't choose PR. I would say choose me. So, thankfully, I got very lucky and got to work with a global medical company, Roche Diagnostic, and everybody was surprised that 20 years old girl without any experience working to the Switzerland to company which has more than 100 years of experience. But I had wonderful mentor and company president meanwhile at the same time, and had access to the board where was a chunk of full leading PR executives, and I was very active. I with my creative ideas or how to attract customer or within some kind of activities, and that's why then I said, aha. When I realized what they were doing exactly, and this was what I wanted. So at the same time, I applied and went to the program in Germany and studied PR and communication. I love it, and it comes very natural to me. Never get tired of working in PR, and I never worked for money, because I'm rich when I get a result from my hard working and when I see a smile and the magic word, thank you, Irma. We are so well known nowadays with helping you, and that's my salary and that's my richness.
Okay. So how do you develop and work for your personal brand?
As personal brand. So this is nowadays building a personal brand has never been more important than it is today. To build the brand called you, it is very difficult. Your culture, your brand, your ways, tone, talking. This is overall, it's everything brand, right? So personal branding is the process of creating a brand identity for a person or a company. Unfortunately, most of business owner, it does not matter in which country, doesn't realize the importance of PR because they think it is a lot of extra work or extra money. I don't want a PR, I want to just sell. But they don't realize that if you have not PR, if you have not sales as well, right? because um, if your brand has zero awareness, you cannot sell your service or your products. However, the truth is that if you have or you want to create successful business, you must create successful brand also. People who know you and your business will trust you more and will buy more products and service from your side.
I think this is definitely very important for new companies. They don't realize, well, some, I'm not going to say everyone, but some people don't realize how important branding is for your company to truly get out there and be effective, because there's so many companies, and with social media and so many pop-ups, it's hard to differentiate yourself. So your company helps them develop a personal brand behind their company. Is that correct?
Really, yes. But I have no company. I'm individual, so I am like Irma, not a company. That's why I worked for each company.
Hmm.
It's a company employer or a person. It's up to the company how compact or comfortable they will feel with me, because sometimes it's better to be employer of the company to feel inside what is. But if they will need extra help, of course I have assistants and they are helping me all the time.
Okay. Speaking of social media and everything, what do you feel this is the importance of social media in business?
Social media is typically used for social interaction or access to news, on information or decision making. So benefits of social media for business: attract customers, to get customer feedback and build customers loyalty, increase at last your market reach, including international markets, do market research and reduce market costs, increase revenue by building customer networks and advertisement. So people, it's like a trend base nowadays that people think that if you know how to post or how to write a text, that's enough for social media. But it's not about posting, right? You have to know where is your target audience, where inside analytics, how to work, which age or which content you need to attract. It's not just about to post and to write a text interesting. I always trying to be first of all customer and then professional when I'm working during the post or text. First of all, I'm trying to be customer, and if I like post what I'm writing, and if I feel that, oh, this is what I want, this is what I'm looking for, then I know that it will like my customer also, and then I look this post as a professional way. So it's important to feel like your customer, because we are working for them, not just for your business, right? Your customer is the number one, and there comes your brand. So
Okay. So let's talk about the art of effective storytelling and its role in PR.
effective storytelling, telling in PR role, it's very important, because if you don't give the market the story to talk about, they will talk about your brand. So you have to create interesting storytelling. So the role of storytelling in PR is to encourage and the listener's imagination. Every business has a story to tell. Whether it is unequal way to business was launched, the way of revolutionary products was invented, or extremely way in which business service or local community. Peer storytelling is about attracting the attention of the media by telling the story in engaging as a through a provoking way. Peer storytelling is a powerful tool for marketers, the communication information influencers, opinions, and build trust. Here are the three reasons why. It's a well-known fact that people buy into people, not products, but sharing stories about your business and the people behind the scenes. It gives you brand personality, making it easier for people to know you, who you are. And with this storytelling, you introduce your business, your team. People always interesting who stands behind your team. They are interesting who works for me, because it's increased trust. And that's why we have to create some storytelling about it, that to be familiar for them, and to increase trust between customer and company.
Yep, definitely. People want to feel like they know you. for sure. Okay. So, my question for you is you work remotely with some of your clients. What are the challenges of working remotely? All right, it looks like we are having a little technical difficulty. So, I'm going to let her click back in, but I am Butter Raka. This is Transparency Talks podcast. If you're just tuning in, we are talking to Irma Kacharava. I know I just said it right this time. And hopefully she'll be able to log back in. I mean, she's on here, but hopefully she'll be able to get back on. She is in another country and it is nighttime there where it's morning here. And it looks like she's having some technical difficulties. So hopefully we'll give her a couple more seconds. So what I'm going to do while we're waiting for her is I'm going to go to a quick little break. So hold on.
Making perfect spice choices for healthy food is important to manage chronic diseases. We have focused on a specific line of spices that can really fit your diabetic lifestyle. Our spice flavors are a game changer. We have created unique blends of all-purpose seasonings that are salt-free, gluten-free, with no additives and preservatives, great for chronic conditions like high blood pressure, obesity, and heart disease. These spices contain antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal properties, and improve digestive function and metabolism. Choose diabetic cuisine spices for your family to feel more safe, confident, and support healthy aging.
Calling all my indie artists. We are looking for that fire. So if you got that heat and want international exposure for your next single, contact our team for submissions details. Exposure in Italy, London, Japan, South Africa, Nigeria, and Canada. Serious inquiries only on Instagram and Facebook at Transparency Talks Podcast.
Okay, so we are back. Unfortunately, she was not able to get back on. Again, these computers do act funny a little bit. So she's having some technical difficulties. So I will conclude today's interview and we'll have to interview her offline to have it submitted for the actual radio station. So thank you so much for tuning in to Transparency Talks podcast, and we will talk to you guys later.